We'll do a quick yay or nay.
Rapid
Your
fire,
thoughts,
baby.
my thoughts, rapid fire on these guys. Let's start off with Joe Thuney. A lot of people say there's no way the Patriots can lose Joe Thuney. Do not lose this guy. Keep him there. Yay or nay on Thuney, Greg?
Nay. I love Joe Thuney. I have loved Joe Thuney. I will continue to love Joe Thuney, but he is a guard. They gave Shaq Mason a lot of money. Shaq Mason has played well this year. You got to make some decisions. And, related to another decision further down the list, I am going no. I'm using that money elsewhere. They should have done that this past year. They would have an additional third round comp pick and more cap space. They already made a mistake. Don't double down on the mistake and just move on.
I agree. I'm a nay on Thuney. Love him. He's very good at what he does. You can find another interior offensive lineman for a lot less money than you would pay Thuney. Next one up is Jason McCourty. Yay or nay?
I'm a nay. I can understand Belichick will probably be a yay because he just has to have veteran guys that can give him some depth. And Jason McCourty is the type of poster child for how this team got into a bad cap situation. Like, I'm sorry, but if a guy's barely going to play or just give you coverage in certain places, you got to find a younger guy who can do that for cheaper. You cannot keep bringing these guys back for almost, I think the vet salary now is almost like $2 million minimum. Like, you cannot keep doing this. So nay.
See, I'm more yay on this one just because I don't know what to expect from that secondary. Is Gilmore here or not? It looks like a lot of people believe he's gone. I would try to keep Gilmore, but a lot of people believe he's going to be out. So if he's gone, that's an issue. J.C. Jackson has not proven to be a number one corner when he's had the opportunity to do so. And so I look at the rest. I think McCourty is a nice depth piece. The one thing that I would say that you brought up, which is completely fair, is the money. And do you want to burn around $2 million on McCourty? It depends on what else you do. It depends on how you're filling other weaknesses. But I would lean yay just to have some dependability in that secondary with him. Next one up is James White. Yay or nay?
I love James White, but I'm a nay just because I just think it's similar to Jason McCourty, even though James White is a much better football player. It's the cost. And, JJ Taylor showed a little bit. James White has had a tough personal year. I'm more inclined to letting him go. Hopefully he signs on with, he would be perfect with Brady in Tampa. Go down there, reunite. He's closer to his mom. Probably everybody would be happier. And another place where the Patriots can save $4 or $5 million and just, you got to try to go forward with cheaper guys. Sometimes younger guys just have to play.
Yeah, I'm a nay on James White. Pretty much ditto to everything you said. I think you're in good shape with Michelle, Harris, and of course, JJ Taylor. You could always draft a guy, pick up a guy who's cheaper. It's the running back position. I mean, you don't need to invest a ton in that position to be good in the NFL. We see it across the league. So I'm a nay on James White, unfortunately. Lawrence Guy, yay or nay?
Hell yeah. I'm a yay on that. I mean, not only my personal feelings, but just they don't have anybody else on the interior, and they cannot just start. I mean, Bo Allen is still under contract, but they cannot just come back with the status quo with what they have without Lawrence Guy. They don't have anybody proven. They need him. He has to be there. He has to.
I'm a yay. Don't make the same mistake, even though I think this guy's better than Guy. But don't make the same mistake you made with Akeem Hicks. When you have somebody who is really good in the middle of your defensive line, know what he's doing, he plays hard. I mean, you can't say anything bad about Guy on or off the field. Keep that dude in New England. Adam Butler, yay or nay?
I'm a nay just because I think of the price tag that it's going to be him as a sub rusher. Look, I think Butler has value. I think it's a little overinflated by some people around here. I do think he's very good as a sub rusher, but he's never going to be more than that.
Right.
And I'm not paying a premium price for a guy who really is only a sub rusher. And so go find the next Adam Butler. It shouldn't be all that hard, or go find a cheap veteran who can give you similar production just at a much lower cost.
Yeah, I am a nay on Butler. First of all, he can't stay on the field. And that's an issue. He's always banged up. He's always missing games. I'm concerned by overpaying for a guy who just isn't there consistently. And again, these are very tough decisions, but I think every nickel that you put towards somebody else is a nickel that you can't use on something you might really need. So
Like offense.
yeah, so if Butler was there consistently, then I might think about it. But if he was there consistently, he'd probably be asking for way too much money. So I'm a nay on Butler. I think I know where we both stand on this guy coming up next. Yay or nay, David Andrews.
Another hell yay. Uh, they have nothing at center. They have, I mean, James Ferris they brought off the street. They got rid of Froholt. They have nothing at center. They have to bring David Andrews back. I've seen the light. He is hugely valuable to this team. I will never underestimate that again, and he needs to be back here.
I'm with you. When we talk about Tooney, I agree. It's Tooney versus Andrews. You're not going to spend,
Right,
27 to
exactly.
$30 million on two offensive line positions in an offseason when you need so much more. You got to pick and choose between those two guys. I'm picking Andrews because it's
Yep.
tough to find a center. He is pivotal to this operation, heart of the offensive line there, right in the middle. So I'm keeping Andrews. Jermaine Illuminor.
Nope. But goodbye, Jermaine. You started off the season well, but from what I've heard, it's likely that Marcus Cannon is going to be back. I don't even think that assures him of being on the roster. But you
Really?
have Justin Huron.
Okay.
Pardon?
I said that was interesting. Marcus Cannon coming back. You think
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about it last week, but what I have heard is that it's largely positive on all the opt outs, that they're all coming back. Now,
nice.
we don't know what the exact situation, and I don't have that hard and fast from everybody.
Right.
But my sources indicate that there's been a lot of positive talk about everyone coming back, and that includes Marcus Cannon, which was a surprise to me because I figured he was with his health issues, he would be the guy to sit it out, basically retire. But apparently not. Now, whether he makes the team at his salary, whatever, does he need to take a pay cut? That's for a later date. But you have Justin Huron. It's a right tackle. You should be able to figure some things out. So Jermaine Illuminor is no longer needed. I would let him go, and he might get a decent contract from elsewhere. So you might get a decent comp pick.
All right. So the next one is, and I'm a nay on Illuminor.
Yeah.
The next one is, do we need to go into this one, or do we just say nope, trash, moving on, dumpster fire? I don't know how you want to handle it, John Simon.
Yeah, he is another no. He is the poster child for what's gone wrong with this roster and the lack of confidence in playing the younger guys like a Chase Winovich. Guys like John Simon have taken Chase Winovich's snaps, and I just don't see the wisdom in that. And considering how he played the second half of the season, which was not good, he needs to be gone. And Patriots need to move on. They need to get a lot better on the edge, or else we're going to be having a lot of these same conversations next year.
Agree across the board. Nay, 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 nay
Yep.
on John Simon. Rex Burkhead.
It depends on the price tag. Look, he's coming back from major surgery. Everybody loves him. He's good when he's healthy. It's got to be a minimum contract with incentives if he does come back, just to sort of give you backup. He might not make it out of camp. It depends on how he looks, but initially to bring him back, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with Michelle, Harris. You can flip that order, obviously. I'm not in no particular order, but in a particular order, if you'd like. Harris, Michelle, Burkhead, JJ Taylor. See that competition between Taylor and Burkhead. I'd be fine if you rolled into a season with those four guys. I think that's a good position group. The one question, of course, is injury. Harris has been injured. Burkhead has been injured. Sony Michel has been injured. So can those guys stay healthy? If they stay healthy, I think you're in really good shape. That's one of the only positions on this roster that I feel pretty good about is running back. Okay, here's a big one. Cam Newton, yay or nay?
Only if, say, there's a first round draft pick and Cam doesn't have anybody else and it's really cheap again, and they're looking for sort of a veteran presence to possibly help the young kid. That's the only scenario that I'm open to.
I'm an A. I think you could
Yep.
find that position that you're talking about with other
It's
guys.
magic.
That'll be, yeah, Fitzmagic. Even though I think Fitzpatrick might end up getting a good contract to start somewhere. I would not be surprised if a team actually tries to bring him
Maybe
in.
here.
If you look at, oh boy, if you look at how things match up. But yeah, I think you could find that, veteran mentor like Alex Smith. You could find Alex Smith and say, hey, we'll pay you if he's going to come back. We'll pay you a couple $1,000,000 to be that mentor and a guy that I think could run the Patriots offense passing wise better than Cam did. So I'm
Yep.
a day on Cam. I love what he brought. Great leader. We talked about him a lot last week. All respect to that guy. But I think it's time he goes somewhere else and maybe tries to find a better fit. Damiere Byrd, yay or nay?
I think yay. I think he look, he came in here and it was a different type of Patriots offense, but I thought he acclimated himself well and actually, for a free agent receiver coming in here, he's done a lot better than most. And so I would like to see him with a real quarterback and see if his speed gets unleashed a little bit more. But yeah, I'm definitely open to it.
I could hear somebody in my head right now, many people probably listening to this podcast, but Bedard, he dropped a pass, Bedard. Did you see the drop that he had? Yeah, he did have the drop on the trick play. It was a terrible drop. It hit him right in the face, But I actually agree with you. I'm a yay on Bird. He's an upgrade on Philip Dorsett, and some people might say, oh, that doesn't
Yep.
mean much. But if you give him a good quarterback, I think he's the perfect 3/4 receiver in a system, and he has proven to be able to get open. I agree with you about his speed. His speed plays better than Dorsett on the field. I do think you can find him occasionally downfield with a chunk play. So I'm all in on Damiere Byrd as like the fourth guy here. I am. I think he's good wide receiver depth and can make some things happen with a decent quarterback throwing the football to him. Shalik Calhoun, yay or nay?
Nay, just because like I like what he brings, and he would be an upgrade as sort of the John Simon veteran edge guy. And of course, the Patriots had two of them. Let's not talk about that. But he gets hurt too much. Like he looks great in training camp, and then it comes to the season and he plays like a game and he gets hurt. And no, I'm not doing it again.
Brandon Copeland.
Yes, because I would like him. I love his veteran presence. He's really smart. He gives you coverage at a bunch of different areas in the front seven, including like for a Calhoun or Simon. So at a minimum, I would be open to that.
I'm a nay, by the way, on Calhoun. As far as Copeland, I'll just take your word for it. I don't
Yeah.
know much about the dude. I haven't watched him play a lot. Of course, he wasn't around much this season. So I'll take your, eye and word on that guy. So I guess I'd be a yay if the money is short, which it would be. Dietrich Wise.
Nope. Dietrich, you're a great dude. You gave your all. You work harder probably than anybody on the team. But it's just you don't have a position in this defense anymore. It's and what the position that they put you in the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years, playing inside, playing five technique. It's just it doesn't do a service to you. You need to go to a 4-3 team. You need to be an end there, kick inside on, and that's where you were drafted. They were playing 4-3 at the time. They've morphed into more of a 3-4 team, and it just hasn't been fair to you, and it hasn't been good for the team. So I look forward to watching him play elsewhere, and I hope he has a lot of success.
Yeah, I think he's better than people understand because I do think the fit is an issue. And I also think he
Yep.
might be a little overpriced. I would not be surprised if he fetches a pretty decent contract out there. So
Yep.
I'm a nay on Dietrich Wise.